Listen, let me tell you something real. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody's handing you a golden ticket. Life doesn't care about your excuses. It cares about your effort. You can sit around all day blaming your boss, blaming your parents, blaming the economy, blaming the world, or you can get up, get moving, and change your own situation. Stop whining. Whining won't pay your bills. Complaining won't build your dream. You've got a gift. You've got an idea. You've got something inside you that can change your whole life. But it only works if you work it. Taking responsibility is the first and most important step toward transforming your life. It means accepting deep down that where you are right now is a result of the choices you've made, the habits you've kept, and the actions you've taken or failed to take. That might sound harsh at first, but it's actually the most empowering truth you can ever embrace. When you realize that you are responsible for your life, you stop waiting for someone else to fix things and you start creating solutions yourself. Many people spend years blaming their circumstances for their situation. They point fingers at the government, the economy, their parents, their teachers, or even bad luck. And while it's true that life throws challenges our way, sometimes big ones, staying stuck in blame only keeps you powerless. As long as you believe someone else is the reason you're not where you want to be, you also believe someone else has to change before your life can get better. That means you'll be waiting a very long time because no one is going to care about your future more than you do. Taking responsibility isn't about guilt or beating yourself up. It's not about saying everything that went wrong is my fault. Instead, it's about saying, no matter what happened to me, I have the power to choose what happens next. That shift in mindset is what separates those who move forward from those who stay stuck. When you take ownership of your choices, you stop being a victim and start being the author of your story. It's not always easy. It means you have to be honest with yourself. You have to look at where you've been wasting time, where you've been letting fear hold you back, and where you've been settling for less than you deserve. You have to be willing to admit, I could have done more. I could have tried harder. I could have taken a different path. That level of honesty can sting, but it's the kind of truth that sets you free. Once you accept responsibility, you gain control. You realize that every day you wake up, you have choices. You can choose to work on your goals or ignore them. You can choose to feed your mind with positivity or drown it in negativity. You can choose to show up even when you don't feel like it, or you can choose to stay stuck. Every decision moves you closer to winning or further away from it. And here's the beautiful part. The moment you start taking responsibility, your results start to change. You'll notice that excuses lose their power. You'll stop saying things like, I can't, or I never get a break, and start asking questions like, what can I do right now to move forward? That's when you get creative. That's when opportunities show up because you're finally looking for them instead of looking for someone to blame. At the end of the day, taking responsibility is the ultimate freedom. It means you no longer have to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect person to come and make things right. You decide that you are enough right now to start building the life you want. The sooner you accept that truth, the sooner you stop whining and start winning. Excuses are one of the easiest things to make and one of the hardest things to get rid of, but they are also completely useless when it comes to changing your life. Excuses may give you a momentary feeling of comfort because they let you off the hook, but they don't solve a single problem. They don't move you forward. They don't put food on the table, and they certainly don't help you reach your dreams. You can sit and list every reason why things didn't work out, why the timing wasn't right, or why someone else had it easier, but none of those reasons will pay your bills or build the life you want. Excuses are a trap. They feel good because they protect your ego. They tell you that your lack of results isn't your fault. I didn't have enough time. I don't have the right connections. I'm too old. I'm too young. The economy is bad. Nobody supports me. All of these may sound true, but they are really just mental roadblocks that keep you from taking action. The truth is, there are people with less time, fewer resources, more struggles, and bigger challenges who are still finding a way to win. They refuse to let excuses run their life. And that's why they succeed. Every time you make an excuse, you are giving away your power. You are letting circumstances control your future instead of taking control yourself. Think about it. The landlord doesn't care about your excuses. The electric company doesn't care about your excuses. Your goals and dreams don't care about your excuses either. Life keeps moving whether you're ready or not. The question is whether you're going to move with it or stay stuck telling yourself why you can't. If you want to change your situation, you have to get honest about the excuses you've been holding on to. Ask yourself, what are they really costing me? Every excuse delays your progress. Every excuse keeps you from trying. Every excuse is another day you don't get closer to the life you want. You can't build a future on reasons why it can't be done. You build it by finding the one reason why it must be done and then going all in. Breaking free from excuses starts with action, even if it's small. You might not be able to fix everything overnight, but you can take one step today that moves you closer to a solution. You can learn a new skill, send that email, make that phone call, start that business plan, or apply for that job. Every step you take proves to yourself that you are not controlled by your excuses. You are bigger than them. Yes, challenges are real. Life can be unfair. You might have to work harder than some people, but making excuses won't make things fairer. It just keeps you in the same place, wishing and hoping instead of doing and achieving. The day you decide to stop explaining why it can't be done and start figuring out how it can be done is the day everything starts to shift. Excuses don't pay bills and they don't build dreams. Action does. Commitment does. Discipline does. When you put your focus on solutions instead of problems, you become unstoppable. Stop defending your limitations and start defending your potential. That's how you go from barely getting by to living the life you were meant to live. Every single person walking this earth has a gift, something unique placed inside them that no one else can duplicate. Your gift is the thing that comes naturally to you, the thing you can do better than most people without even trying. It might be a talent, a skill, a way of thinking, or even a certain energy you bring into the room. The problem is that too many people ignore their gift. They chase what's popular, they follow what everyone else is doing, or they let fear convince them that their gift doesn't matter. But here's the truth. Your gift is the key to your purpose, and if you don't use it, you will always feel like something is missing. Your gift isn't just for you. It was given to you so you could use it to serve others, solve problems, and make the world better in your own way. The challenge is that your gift doesn't always show up with flashing lights and a neon sign. Sometimes it's something so simple you overlook it. Maybe you're naturally good at encouraging people, organizing chaos, creating art, fixing things, teaching, selling, leading, or bringing people together. Whatever it is, that gift is your lane. And when you stay in it, you find both fulfillment and success. The reason many people stay stuck is because they try to live outside of their gift. They work jobs they hate, chase dreams that aren't really theirs, or compare themselves to people who are using their own unique talents. That's like trying to force a puzzle piece into the wrong spot. No matter how hard you push, it doesn't fit. You were designed to shine in a certain way, and the sooner you figure out what that is, the sooner you can stop wasting time and start building a life that feels right. Using your gift doesn't mean it's going to be easy. In fact, sometimes your gift will be the very thing that challenges you the most. But it's worth it because when you use your gift, you feel alive. You stop dreading Mondays. You stop wondering what your purpose is. You start waking up with a reason to keep going because you know you're doing the thing you were built to do. Your gift is also your advantage. It's what separates you from the crowd. Other people may try to copy your moves, but they can't copy your gift. That's why it's so powerful when you lean into it. You stop competing with everyone else and start competing with yourself, trying to be better today than you were yesterday. And that's where growth happens. But here's the catch. Having a gift isn't enough. You have to develop it. You have to work on it. You have to practice, refine, and push it to new levels. Raw talent is just potential. It becomes powerful only when you put in the effort to sharpen it. Think of it like winning is never an accident. It doesn't just happen because you wish for it or because you're a good person. Winning is the direct result of effort, sacrifice, and relentless focus. People love the idea of success, but not everyone loves the process that comes with it. The truth is, if you want to win in life, you have to work for it, really work for it. You can't just dabble. You can't just put in effort when it feels good, and you can't quit the moment things get uncomfortable. Winning is earned, not given. The grind is where winners are made. It's waking up earlier than you want to. It's staying up later than everyone else. It's showing up when nobody is watching, when nobody is clapping, and when nobody believes in you yet. Winning is about doing the work even when you're tired, even when you're frustrated, even when you fail 10 times in a row. Because the truth is, there will be setbacks. There will be obstacles. There will be moments that make you question why you even started. That's when most people give up, but winners don't. Winners dig deeper, push harder, and keep moving forward no matter what. The reason so many people fall short is because they underestimate what the process really takes. They want the results, but not the responsibility. They want the prize, but not the preparation. But life doesn't work that way. You can't skip the process and expect to hold the trophy. The work is what shapes you into the person who can handle the success you're chasing. If you somehow skipped that process and got everything you wanted instantly, you wouldn't be ready for it, and you'd lose it just as fast. Winning also requires focus. You can't be everywhere doing everything and still expect to perform at your best. You have to cut out distractions, say no to things that don't serve your goals, and surround yourself with people who push you to be better. Discipline is the currency of success. Every choice you make is either helping you win or keeping you stuck. When you treat your goals like they're non-negotiable, you start to act differently. You stop wasting time. You stop procrastinating. You stop looking for shortcuts and start building habits that get results. There's also a mental side to winning. You have to develop the kind of mindset that refuses to quit. You have to be willing to fail, learn, and get back up again, over and over if necessary. That's where true growth happens. Every failure teaches you something new. Every setback builds resilience. And every small win builds momentum until eventually you've gone so far you can't even recognize the person you used to be. At the end of the day, winning is about consistency. You don't just give your best effort one time and expect everything to change. You give it day after day, week after week, year after year if you have to. And one day, all that work pays off. And when it does, the victory feels even sweeter because you know you earned it. Talking is easy. Anyone can talk about what they're going to do, what they want to achieve, or how big their dreams are. But talk alone doesn't build anything. You can sit around all day discussing your plans, telling people what you're about to do, or posting inspirational quotes online. But if there's no action behind your words, nothing will change. The world doesn't move for people who talk. It moves for people who act. We live in a time where it's easy to get caught up in the illusion of progress. You make a list. You tell a friend about your goals. You share a motivational video. And for a moment, it feels like you've accomplished something. But thinking about it and talking about it is not the same as actually doing it. The only thing that counts is what you put into motion. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. The reason many people never see results is because they never get past the talking stage. They overthink, they overplan, they wait for the perfect moment, and they never actually start. There's no such thing as the perfect time. The stars will never align perfectly, and fear will never completely disappear. At some point, you have to stop waiting for everything to feel right and just take the first step. It doesn't have to be a huge step. It just has to be movement. Action has a way of building confidence. The more you do, the more you believe in yourself. The first step might feel scary, but once you take it, you realize it wasn't as bad as you thought. Then you take another and another, and soon you've built momentum. Momentum is powerful because it makes it harder to quit. Every action compounds on the one before it until eventually you're so far along that stopping would make no sense. Another reason to stop talking and start acting is that talk can drain your energy. When you spend too much time explaining what you're going to do, you start to feel like you've already done it, and that can kill your drive. Instead of announcing every move, put your head down and work in silence. Let your results do the talking for you. There's nothing more powerful than showing people what you've accomplished rather than telling them what you hope to accomplish. Of course, taking action doesn't mean everything will go smoothly. You will make mistakes. You will fail sometimes, but even failure teaches you more than standing still ever could. Every mistake gives you a lesson you can use to do better next time. And every time you act, you get closer to your goal, even if it's just by a small step. At the end of the day, the difference between people who achieve their dreams and people who just talk about them is simple: action. One group keeps waiting, keeps planning, keeps talking. The other group gets moving. If you want to change your life, stop talking about what you're going to do someday and start today. Take one step, no matter how small. Then take another tomorrow. Before long, you'll look back and realize that all those little actions added up to something big, something worth talking about. Your future is out there right now, waiting for you to claim it. It doesn't care where you came from, what mistakes you've made, or how many times you've failed. It only cares about what you do next. Every single day that you wake up, you have a choice. Move closer to the life you want or keep standing still. The beautiful thing about the future is that it's unwritten. Nothing is set in stone. You have the power to shape it with your actions, decisions, and mindset, but only if you stop hesitating and start moving. Too many people treat the future like it's some far-off event that will magically work itself out. They say things like, one day I'll start my business, or someday I'll get in shape, or eventually I'll go after my dream. But the truth is, someday isn't a day on the calendar. If you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll wake up years later and realize you're still in the same place, only with less time left to make it happen. The future doesn't reward waiting. It rewards action. Your future is like a blank canvas. Every choice you make is a brushstroke. Some strokes will be bold and beautiful. Others may be messy, but together they create the masterpiece of your life. The worst thing you can do is leave that canvas blank because you're too scared to make a mistake. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of discomfort hold so many people back from stepping into their future. But here's the truth. The fear never fully goes away. You just have to do it scared. When you start taking steps toward your future, even small ones, you begin to see doors open that you never knew existed. Opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere, but they were there all along. You just couldn't see them while standing still. Motion creates clarity. You might not know exactly how everything will work out, but you don't need to. All you need to know is the next step, and then the one after that. The path will reveal itself as you walk it. Your future is waiting, but it won't wait forever. Time is the one resource you can't get back. Every day you spend procrastinating is a day you'll wish you had later. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Will you be proud that you started today, or will you wish you had? That vision of your future self should be your motivation. Don't let fear, doubt, or excuses rob you of the life you were meant to live. The good news is that it doesn't take massive, life-changing action all at once to create a better future. It takes small, consistent actions done daily. Little choices compound over time. Choosing to learn instead of scroll, choosing to save instead of spend recklessly, choosing to show up instead of giving up. These choices seem small in the moment, but they are the bricks that build the foundation of your tomorrow. At the end of the day, your future is either going to happen by design or by default. If you do nothing, life will choose for you. But if you step up, take control, and start making intentional moves, you get to design the future you want. The choice is yours, and it starts right now. Your future is waiting. Don't keep it waiting any longer.